this video, we're going to discuss everything I've done to the Mustang since 2022. Basically, from the end of 2022 to November 2024, a lot has happened. I've had a whole nother kid. So in the beginning, I had one kid. My wife wasn't even pregnant yet with our second kid. And I bought this Mustang to do an LS swap and put a transmission in and redo the interior and just have a cool hot rod. Just pulled up to the house with the Mustang GLX. It's raining out. I'm gonna see if this is the car for me. Alright y'all, it's been snowing. Mustang's been parked right there. So I waited for a break in the snow and for my girl's car to not be in this driveway to get it in the house. Getting it inspected under some water. As I said when I bought it, it was raining like crazy out. You see this Ford emblem's a little boogered up. I got some of those ordered. The GLX and the Mustang. The Mustang looks fine. GLX, I might need to order one of those, but I can't find them anywhere. What else we got? We got, what are these called? 10 holes? Something like that? Not sure. They're the like police car rallies. Supposedly this car was in Nevada its whole life. I'm the third owner. Some old lady had it. And she passed away and then it was sold at an auction. I gotta get rid of that front license plate holder. We don't do that out here in Nevada. This Ford emblem. I got another one of those on the way. Those are like two of the first things I bought because I don't want it to look like that, you know? I'm not gonna pop the hood. I'm gonna wait for the snow to melt. Pretty sure some of the headlights don't work. I can only see out of like one side on the drive here. This tire's flat. They're old tires. So I'm gonna pull this guy off and pull the other front off. Go get those replaced. So we have some temporary rollers. The top doesn't look that bad, but then it is. It's like separating right here. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. How soon that's gonna be on the list of what to do. Let's open her up. Seatbelts need replacing. Okay. The carpet needs replacing. It's disgusting. I got that ordered. The dash is pretty okay. It's just I need to replace the dash pad up here and the ashtray and the dash pad on the left side, but when I replace the pad, it's fine. Seatbelt or the seats suck too. That one's like bent. The driver's side's like bent. So it's gonna be a stick shift. Probably get a nicer handbrake. We'll probably leave the back seats for a while, clean them up. So when I do the carpet, I might as well run the lines for this subwoofer right here. So I think it's a good start to just start with all original, unmodified V6 car because no one's abused it, no one's tweaked the frame and stuff, and we'll just start replacing in the way I want it. That's the other thing. I'm not ruining a 5.0 by putting an LS in it because it's not a 5.0. It's a drop top Mustang GLX. So I'm saving this car in my humble opinion. People will say it's sacrilegious to do LS, but it's a lighter, more affordable, easier to work on, faster engine, and I'm familiar with them. So yeah, it's fun. Still trying to finish by the end of February. Realistically, like the end of March, but trying for February so I can set like an optimistic goal. And if I don't make it, I can just have a little bit of crunch time afterwards and be fine. And then I'll be good for spring and summer and all that. So that's the plan. Sitting on the floor, hanging out with the sun instead of working on the car, but it's worth it. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. Hey. Hi. In February, that my wife was pregnant again. And we had a vacation planned and a few things going on. But when we found out my wife was pregnant, the Mustang kind of took a back burner. I was still working on it every few weeks. I was doing basically tearing it apart. I tore apart the full interior. I tore the engine out. I put the other engine in, new engine in, and I started a bunch of stuff and I stopped. I hit basically a brick wall. With my job, full-time job, I work at Tesla, and with one kid that I want to spend time with. I don't want to be in the garage avoiding my baby. Wasn't 1 year old at the time. And then my wife pregnant, and a kind of rough pregnancy. I kind of had to help her a lot and make sure she was okay. She was still working. She was still working a full-time job and raising a kid while I was at work and pregnant. So shout out to you, baby. You are amazing. I love you so much. But anyways, what basically happened is I kind of got some work done up until October 2023. Just some teardown and some installation of new parts, but no electrical, no interior installation, no modifying the dash, like nothing. It just kind of hit a brick wall. And then in October 2023, we had our second kid, and my wife stops working, and she just is a stay-at-home mom with 2 kids, and it's beautiful. Instead of her being at work and the kids at work with her, or you know, at a babysitter, the kids were always home. And I want to see my kids raised, and I shouldn't say raised. I want to see my kids grow up, and I want to be there for them growing up. I do not want to be in the garage working on the car all day. At the same time, I want a hot rod. I want my Mustang to be running, driving, doing burnouts, and enjoying a cool convertible old school Mustang. And that became really hard. With 2 kids, every time I got home, that want to hug me, want me to hold them, want to watch TV with me, want to play games with me, want to just me to be in their life, it became really hard. So just got the carpet pulled out on the Mustang. So yeah, it's getting places. It's been a little while. Sorry about that, guys. It's been snowing, work's been crazy. It's just been it's been a little rough. So, you know, engine's still in here. My engine got delayed because it's been snowing all around the country too, like the wiring, and pull the speedometer out and the heater controls and the radiator. And then the dash will be out. I can clean it up, start fixing it up, get it painted, and then I can start throwing this interior back together. So I'm excited. All right, guys, the dash is out. Now I gotta pull that heater box because we're not doing a heater, clean up a bunch, And we rolling. It's just reassembly time after that. Finally about to pull this engine. Say goodbye to the V6 and the automatic trans. Finally pulling this engine. I had a bunch of delays. It was nuts. Engine took a while to get here, and I've been working a lot and watching my kid a lot. So yeah, I finally decided I'm gonna make it happen today, and I'm gonna stay up all night if I need to, but I'm almost there. We got that trans out, huh? We sure did. Well, not the trans, the engine. Trans got to fly out. We're going to jack up the car, get rid of the trans, and we're going to be all right.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm looking at the butterfly.
But like that.
I'm like, wow.
And you like it.
Come here. Are you ready to drive the car? Are you ready? All right. That's the brake pedal. That's the gas pedal. Okay. That's the shifter. That's the horn. And you can drive. Okay? You're gonna drive the car. So I kind of coerced my buddy Jeremy into helping me out because he understands the importance of family and understands that I want to be at home with my family and not in the garage working on a car and missing, you know, beautiful moments like my son walking for the first time or talking for the first time or dancing or laughing, stuff like that. So right around October 2023, I stopped working on the Mustang almost completely. And that's why you'll see a big gap in the footage that I have and the pictures that I have and everything that went on with the Mustang.
You say hi, hi.
My buddy Jeremy took over my project and basically did everything. He got the headers installed. He got the wiring done for the engine harness He got the ECU mounted. He got the carpet in, the new seats in. He modified the dash. He basically did everything. All I really did in that year was I dyed the door panels black and I painted some trim pieces and I spent money on parts. That's all I did. And that's why this video has a big missing chunk. I do want to go over a list of things we've done to the Mustang, me and Jeremy. Not things I've done, but things me and Jeremy has done. Mostly Jeremy, to be honest. Basically, we bought the car, you'll see in the video, completely stock, unmolested owner, estate sale owner. The vehicle was always in Reno. It was a 1983 Mustang GLX V6 convertible, white exterior with blue interior. It had no, I wouldn't say it had no radio. It had only an AM radio that didn't work. And it only had heat, no AC. It was a very bare bones car. So what my goal was is rip the V6 out, put a V8 in it. Rip the automatic transmission out, put a manual transmission in it. Rip the AM radio out, put an iPad in it. So I have Apple CarPlay, I can watch YouTube, I can do whatever. I did have a plan of ripping just the heat out and installing new heat and AC. I've not gotten that done yet. That became too expensive and too difficult. Jeremy already had a lot on his plate. I had a lot on my plate with 2 kids and stay-at-home wife and a full-time job, etc. So we're gonna have to do that later. It's just facts. We're gonna have to do that later. And then we also, because the interior was so gross, like it seemed like someone had smoked in there and some water had gotten in there, so the carpets were moldy. It just smelled bad. Because of that, full interior, new carpet, new seats, new dash pieces and trim pieces that are missing, new steering wheel, everything. And then along with the engine swap, you don't just swap an engine and a transmission. We had to swap a new drive shaft in there. We had to get a custom drive shaft made for it. We had to swap a new rear end in there. The rear ends that come in those stock V6 Mustangs only spin one wheel and don't have posi. They don't have a limited slip differential. So we swapped a new rear end in there. While we were doing the new rear end, we swapped new brakes in there. So we have disc brakes in the back. Stock, it's just drum brakes. We had to put in a clutch master cylinder because we converted it to a hydraulic clutch. We had to do new radiator. The headlights broke at some point. We had to replace the headlights. We just had to, we did everything. New power steering rack, shocks and struts, just new everything. So the car's old and crusty looking. The exterior and the convertible top are just ugly and gross, but everything mechanically is new. Hey Navi, you having fun on the plane? Yeah? Basically, all I really need to do to this car is put put exhaust on it. Right now it's still running open headers. So I'm gonna be installing exhaust soon. I need to get an alignment. I need to get it registered at the DMV again. I need to eventually do heat and air conditioning. I need to eventually do a new convertible top. And honestly, I need to do a lot of body work and get the whole thing painted. I don't know if I'll ever do that. It's expensive and I don't want to be without the car. I've already not been able to drive it for over 2 years. And when I first drove it, it was bad. It was a V6 with a blown head gasket and a leaking radiator. And I drove it home in the rain and the snow back in December 2022. Basically everything that's happened to the Mustang. There's a lot of miscellaneous pieces that we had to buy and different wiring harnesses and all sorts of stuff to get it to work. There is one more thing. The brake pedal is a little smushy. We might need to change that master cylinder or figure out how to adjust that brake pressure better. There's a proportioning valve thing that you can adjust it with. But anyways, car's running. And I'm gonna be throwing exhaust on it and getting an alignment and getting it registered real soon. It is cold out. There's no heat in the car, so you'll probably see me with a hoodie on and maybe a ski mask on and some long johns and, you know, trying to make some content with it this winter. But that's basically it. I'm gonna be making some cool videos of teaching my wife how to drive a stick shift and some other similar things like that. And I hope you stay along for the ride with me. Peace out.